So the one thing you said to ignore when you did the show was EPS.
Sure.
In Apple's report. And so, you said like the 259 EPS estimate doesn't tell you anything about where the company's going to be in the next 5 years. This quarter, they delivered, I think it was 190 in share, diluted per share earnings. It was within guidance, but it was off analysts' expectations. And so I will pose to you again, is this something we should ignore?
So this is my personal opinion. It's not a one-size-fits-all for everyone, but I honestly, over the past year, even the most recent quarter, I could not tell you what Apple's EPS numbers are. I could tell you everything else about the business and discuss it, but it's just not anything I focus on because for the way I invest, it just doesn't have any relevance. So, some people out there, maybe it does make sense. Maybe they do need to focus on EPS, and maybe I'm backtracking on my staunch sort of stance before, but I think for the type of investing we look at in the Motley Fool, and maybe you do with your Apple shares and the way I do with mine, it just doesn't matter at all. It's a headline number that people will focus on for a week after earnings, then completely forget about and remember a week before earnings are in the next quarter. And to me, it just doesn't give any sort of indication of the business because, like, for example, so I believe their revenues were down 13% when accounting for currency fluctuations. Don't quote me on that exactly, but I believe it was right around that number. And that's uncontrollable.
That's a macro factor you just can't do anything about.
And does it tell you anything about the business? No, not necessarily. Does it tell you that Apple is no longer innovative? No. Does it tell you that Apple is managing its expenses well as that currency flows down to net income? No. It doesn't tell you all the important stuff. So taking that into account for my purposes, no, I just don't focus on it. But hey, if there are people out there that do, I'd love to hear your opinion. Send me an email. I'll look it over.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in checking out the underlying business segments, using them as my guide. And so second half of the show, we'll get into that a little bit.
Sure.